Good morning. This is the Morning Motivation. My name is Thomas Warden. We come here every day, 7 days a week, to bring inspiration, knowledge, tips, and tricks from entrepreneurs across the world that you see on this screen. Every day we come in here to bring you some inspiration words, some things that we have done to shift our lives and uplift others instead of breaking them down. We come in here each day to bring something that has shifted our life tremendously. And it's called this social media game right here. This game that we play every day that we're getting on here, because when they built Facebook, it was a connection of people across the world, communicating, getting to see family members and loved ones and staying in contact instead of losing touch. Because once it got to nobody started writing letters anymore, sending them through the mail just to say hello, how's your day going? So then it turned into the hello, how's it going with the rotary phone, and now everybody's connecting with the bell, right? So then it turned into a whole different plant realm and a whole different platform when it turned into this social media right here, and the people connecting and the Facebook and the FaceTiming and the video messaging and stuff like that. Then it turned into the platforms right here, like the Zoom, of everybody connecting across the world and having meetings. And then now the meetings turned into the social side. And now we here are today building organizations across the world all through social media. And how to play the game is what it's all about. As long as you're staying in here and staying active and staying communicating and staying liking and loving and sharing and commenting back on posts and videos, and you're giving out messages, guess what? Other people will see your stuff, and you're putting out things, and now they're seeing stuff across the world, and it's done organically on a social media platform. And the biggest thing that we talk about in here recently, and it's starting to pop up even more. I've been in it and really haven't paid attention to it, and I should have done it a long time ago. But people will friend you all the time, thinking you know exactly who they are. They may be within our community, but do you know how many thousands of people we have within our community? We don't know everyone. But yet, just because we're leaders, they think, oh, well, I'm such and such. We may not know you, but if you friend us or send us a friend request, the best thing to do is hit the message button and say, hey, my name is such and such. I seen you on here on this group or this page or this social media platform, and I would like to become friends with you and get to know you a little bit better. The key, to know you a little bit better, what you're into, your love, your likes, your life. Not because I want to marry you or date you, because I see that you're a leader within an organization and shifting people's lives and showing them how to build businesses and showing them how to become affiliate marketers. And with that right there, now they understand why you're there. Because if you tell them what platform you come off of, then they know what advertisement you've seen. And if you tag it with one of the posts that you're commenting off of, then that will assist them, obviously right there, that you're into or looking into whatever they're doing on how they're shifting their life. Because I talk about life wheel and coaching, mentoring all the time. So when people comment back on there, I know they're looking for life mentoring and coaching, because that was the direction and the call of action that I gave them. So when you're wanting somebody to do something off a video or a post, give them direction on what you want them to do. Is it press this button? Is it message me? Is it hit the link above? Comment back in the comments if you got any value out of this. So understanding that just going in there and just giving it love, they don't know who you are. Just giving it, I want to be friends with you. I don't know who you are. We get many friendships a day. My friendship has been maxed at 5,000 for many, many years now. And I have to call through all the time of people who are just wanting to come in and just, hey, how's it going? That's it. When I respond back to a comment, hey, my life is going pretty good today. How is yours? How was your day? What was you able to get accomplished today? Oh, it was great. Come on. It's like pulling teeth to my child, asking a question. If you want to communicate with somebody, respond back to those conversations. Respond back to the messages so they know that you actually have a heartbeat and that you are real on the other side and you're not in there trying to poach their stuff or their people. Go in there and looking and understanding the game of every aspect that you get into. Understand the policies and procedures of everything that you're going into. Whether it's the Instagram, the Twitter, there's bugs, I don't know, they all got all kinds of them besides just Facebook. But every one of them has policies and procedures and ways that you do it to get attraction back to what you're doing. So if you're in there for business-wise, to make sure they understand you're in there for business. If you're in there just to become friends in a group, just to communicate because it's something that you have a passion about, I like photography. So when I go to photography groups, do I go in there pushing my business? No. I go in there and asking questions of how I can use this filter, or how I can work this lens, or how I can set up this lighting. Trying to get knowledge back from what I got into the group for originally. Not in there to puke my business all over them. So understand what you're doing and how each realm of it works before you start putting stuff out there on a day-to-day basis. Because this was built for a reason. And like Jen is saying right there, have intentions on what you're doing, on the message that you're putting out. I have business pages. Yes. What do I put on that business page? I put stuff about what I'm offering on that business page. I have an educational platform with the GAS community. So that business right there is only an educational platform that I talk about in there. I have products that I deal with. What do I have? I have a whole nother business page that talks about products and businesses in there. And I don't put anything else in there but that. But yet when you come to my personal page, what do you see? Me. Things that I'm doing in my life. Things where I'm going. You know, so when people friend me, they see what I have going on already in my life. They see all my posts. They see all my videos. They see links. They see everything that is right there. I am so transparent that nobody can come in and say, I didn't know. But the best part to find out how somebody's doing something, or what they're doing, or what they're into, is that message button. Now you can chat, or you can leave a video message in there. And in that way, you can have a true communication with someone. Now you have a rapport going on. Now you're building a bond and a friendship. Did I know any of these people that was on this screen before we got into all of this? No, I did not. But what did I do? I communicated back and forth. Found out what they were into, what I was into, what we could work together, how they could help me, how I could help them. Not help, assist. Because they're helping themselves with everything that they're doing. I'm just assisting with words and guiding with different things that I can show you. Same thing with all these people right here. They guided me and showed me and assisted me in different areas that I was lacking within my life to help what? Mold me into a better version. And that's all we're trying to do every day, is make us the best version of ourselves each and every day. And how do I do that? I don't watch the TV. I watch and listen to other people that have success in other areas of their life that I do not. Why? Because I might need a little bit more success in that area, or want a little bit more success in that area. So I get up each day and I make sure that I listen to the videos that they put out. I listen to the books and the YouTube videos that they put out. Why? Because it grabbed something in their heart. And if it was good enough for them to share it because they knew it was something of value, because a lot of people, you know, they just, oh, share. And that's not what it's about. Did it grab you? Did it give you something? Now, when you share it, make sure that you give a message of what it gave to you. What did it tell you in your heart? What did it guide you just then to want to press that share button and just said, oh, that's such and such, I'll just share it. It's theirs. Okay, what was their message on there? And what did it give you within your heart to be able to share it? And then say, you know what, this has worked very well because this is what I was going through in my life, or this grabbed me because I thought it made me think of my mom, you know, or whatever, you know, because I played a song in here the other day and it grabbed somebody's heart. And, you know, she said that, you know, made a reminder of her mom. It was a good reminder, but yet, you know, it grabbed her heart that morning. So music can grab you. Words can grab you. So just know each thing that you have within your day, what are you going for? The happy side. And with that happy side, we put it out right here within the social media. A lot of people see the good stuff that's going on within our life because that's what we post out. But does everybody see everything that you're truly going through? No, because it's not what we want to put out there or project out. Why? Because that's not the thought process that we want to have coming back. So yet when we're going through things, we're learning and hear how to give ourselves a little bit better thought process and words process to ourselves, so we can sit back for a moment, take a deep breath in our quiet spot, or with the rooster, in our quiet spot, and take a breath and give intention to what's going on. Where we putting our focus and our thoughts to. Then, you know, that's where you grab that happy spot if you're unhappy. And then you're going to move your life into different directions in split seconds. Rod did it last night with a couple little trainings that he did. And within a 4-minute period, he brought us to sadness all the way to happiness. Not feeling like that was what we really wanted in our life, the lack of, all the way up to the happiness of, wow, look at what we could have, and the abundance that's coming, and this, that, and the other, and that energy that is right there. Now it's all with a thought process that he gave in the example. Same thing we're doing here every day, guys. What are you putting to your thoughts? How are you using it correctly to play the game of life? Because that's all we're doing, is playing a good game of life right here. I'm living it to the best of my intentions on each day to make me happy. And then once my cup got full, it was easy to overflow my happiness out into here and to be able to bring the vibrations of happiness and uplifting to everybody, to know that you're not alone within this game of life, and that we're all playing it in some shape, form, or fashion. We're all going through different situations, but every situation, there is a solution. And we will be able to give it, you'll be able to find it if you stop long enough and quit trying to force it, quit trying to make it happen. Set back just for a second and enjoy the journey. Whew. Jen, I see you got your hand up, baby.
Yeah, it's what you said. All of that is absolutely 100% on. What we do is we have attraction marketing, right? So that's basically what I always tell people. And like, you stumbled upon my stuff because you are interested in fishing, say for instance, right? Or travel. Now, really what the most powerful thing about all of this is, by all the different ways that we can spin it, right? All the different ways with social media that you can look at, even what you're doing right now, whether you're doing what we do, whether you're not, whether you're just like, starting out. This is a big thing to take into consideration, is that you are like, I'm going to go to Vegas here this weekend. I'm leaving. I just talked to my pops, actually asked me what the dealio is, but I'm pretty pumped because I'm going to see a whole bunch of people that I know now for like almost 2.5 years. Right. So these people, like, I talk to them. If Thomas messages me, I try and make an effort of getting back to him as soon as possible. And it's because he's in my network. He's my people. And the thing with this is that when you really start to think about what it is that you're intending to do, what are you trying to attract? I get, like he said, 100+ friend requests a day. Like, I could literally do this business 24/7, but there's it's an abundance situation, if you get what I'm saying. Like, there's endless people to talk to as you roll with this. And when I look at people's profile and they friend me, I'm like, what is their intention? What are they intending for me? Are they have a bunch of shit all over a bunch of stuff all over their page that they're trying to sell? And, are they going to try and sell me? I'm not selling anyone. I make simple conversations with people. And I think, like, what it is that I'm trying to attract to me. So if you're interested in people who like to go to, like, Bali, for instance, or you're interested in curling, or you're interested in fly fishing, for instance, those types of people are what's going to be attracted to you if you're interested in a certain type of profession. So to keep that in mind and understand that this is simple conversations, and how can we help them? That's the biggest thing, is that if people are content and happy with their life the way it is, and they don't want to change, and they think they got it 100% on, great. That's friggin' awesome. I'm happy for you. That's amazing, because you're already happy. But as I know, and as a lot of people know, and that's one of the reasons that I use our abundant group so much, so many people don't have all their ducks in a row. So many people need help with just little fine tuning, like their finances, or a little bit of fine tuning with their communication and their relationships, or a little fine tuning with, like, their health, or whatever the case might be. Right. And that's where I come in with the hook. And I'm like, sweet, I happen to have the secret sauce to sprinkle on that for you to make things better. So when you start looking at it simple, and break it down back to the basics, it is all just relationship building. And, really look at it instead of like, oh my gosh, I need X number of people in my network. Look at who you want to bring in your network, because at the end of the day, these people become your lifelong friends.
Amen to that. Lifelong. Because when we started building our networks and we started building these empires that we're working on today, I didn't put people in my empire to just stand there and watch. I needed go-getters. I needed people who had a drive within them, a drive to build their empires, because what we're showing people on a day-to-day basis is not of the norm. And a lot of people don't understand. And then that's why we started doing these meetings like this. That's why we started bringing these social media platforms and recordings out to the world. So you can know that you can see 17 to 75. We bring social media to a whole different area, a whole different realm. But yet what we have to do, we had to start within us first. And many people are going through situations. But a lot of people that you see on the screen right here are people who have shifted their lives because they shifted their thought process. And then they got in tune with their heart. Now that they started connecting with them, now instead of going into a room, and I love it when, parents, well, I don't think he's, should be doing that, or, he really shouldn't be doing this. Why should we be telling a child exactly what they should or shouldn't be doing? And I'm not talking a child, I'm talking like my 24-year-old boy. His mom is continuously still trying to tell him what he should be doing and not doing. And I'm telling him to go live your life. Go have fun in the adventures and the journeys, because yet she still hasn't connected with her to be in tune with her and love herself yet. She thinks everybody needs this. I need this to make me happy. I need this to make me happy. That was one of the reasons why we didn't connect and stay married 22 years ago, because she didn't see it then. And here we are 24 years later, she still hasn't. But which is okay. We're showing people every day how to get in tune with you, to start loving you, to start putting the power back to you. So when you want to get into a social media networking and you want to learn how to do that good side of it, then it all starts with a rapport. And if you didn't start with the rapport with you first and how to get you corrected first in some areas, and then start listening to some of the things that we're saying within here, why? Because we have already proven the track. We've already proven our process of how we do it. And we have already a proven record of people that we could have you call all day long. They will tell you the exact same thing. Follow the process, follow the system of what they're saying, and listen to what these guys are saying every morning. Why? Because with this right here, we're having people across the world who aren't even trying to get into business, but yet they're trying to assist their self into a different direction. So that's why this message comes out every day, 7 days a week, because we want everybody, not just a networking community, but all the social media platforms out there that are doing something within your life, to know that we are here. And there's reasons why we're all here. You're a power source light of energy. You're creators. So now you came into this because you had a light mind of some shape, form, or fashion, and somebody brought you in here because they wanted you to have the inspiration as well. So just know that that person that brought you in here cares for you, wants you to know that there is more for you in this world instead of darkness, to let you know that we have a light that shines, all of us, and yours also can shine, because you break down the layers and the walls and your life can move into a totally different direction. It's a good day. Brother Julio, what you got for us?
But no, I've been doing that, Thomas. Really, instead of when I first got started in this, I wanted to add everybody and their mama. I want to get eyes on me and so forth. But then I wasn't building any relationship. I wasn't building any rapport with anybody. I wasn't building anything. And then I started to poke around. And you've led me in this, and a lot of that, and just allowing me to realize my intention in communicating with people, allowing me to build, to understand the relationship bonding, understand the relationship building, that's taking place there. I love the aspects that Jen was mentioning also, just, like what's the whole point of connecting? So I've been doing that in the last couple of weeks, and I've noticed people falling off. I'll tell them, what's your intention of having a relationship with me on Facebook, or I'll go check out some of their content, and, it's all negative. And I go, okay, all right. People call me Mr. Positivity or Mr. Encouragement or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's see if we can change, how their postings change, how they think, just by them seeing stuff that I'm posting, stuff that I'm engaging with, so I've been doing a lot of that, and it's been opening up the doors for communication, not just friending somebody, but engaging with somebody. We've spoken about that plenty of times. That's like a pet peeve of ours. I say ours now because I've adopted that, into, like, I just hate it, because I'll have so many freaking friend requests. So I'll go and I'll start adding one after Up the door.
Is he freezing up? Yeah, Julio, you're freezing up there, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you there. All right, yeah, we can see technical difficulties. We glitching as we driving down the road sometimes, and that happens, but that's okay. You know, we're all here to work together and make sure that this keeps flowing and rolling. All right, we're going to open it up to the table. Anybody in here have their hand up that wants to bring something out? Just bring it up, and then we'll pull you on out here in just a moment and let you bring some information to the world as well. So, guys, each day, the social media platform, this realm, this is what we do, bringing the energy to people, showing them that they have a different direction within life. You know, Jen says it right over here on the side. We can help anyone, whether it's the AM Zoom for a good start, the next 6 weeks to an abundant life, whether they have their own business they're trying to amp up, or whether they are ready to set themselves up for a future financially, whether they are health oriented or realize they need to take it a bit more seriously, whether they like the challenge or they want to quit their job or have a freedom, that's where we come in. What do you want within your life? We can assist you in all of those areas right there, as long as you are willing to do something for you as well. As long as you open up and know that there is something more and that I might need to listen to what these people have to say. If you're reaching out to any one of us that brought you into this community, or you're catching the replay somewhere, then just know all you have to do is just reach back, and promise you, we'll get you in the right direction. Go ahead, Jen.
Yeah, for anyone who's watching this and they're like, what's the 6 weeks to an abundant life? Ask somebody. And it's funny because we had our leader meeting yesterday, and Caitlin created that funnel. Like, she put a lot of time and effort into doing the tech stuff behind it. And it, like, literally, it's my secret sauce. Okay. Like, it is my secret sauce because I've proven, and I'm going to keep proving it because that's what I do. I test every single aspect possible with this. And then when I get results, I share, because that's what you do. You learn, you implement, and you teach, right? And so one of the things that I've noticed is I have a lot of people who are ready to just like embark in the online social media journey, like we're talking about. But before I throw them into the computer stuff and they starting their business, in reality, what do most people need help with? Why do most people show up for this morning motivation, right? It's the mindset. So once they have their ducks in a row with that, it makes life so much easier. So before I even like talk about the online stuff, I'm like, hey, you know, like, could any of these areas use a little help in your life? And I would tell you that almost every single person that I've said it that way. I literally just send a picture of what we do in the abundant group, and I'm like, could any of these areas use some fine tuning? Almost everyone will get back to me and be like, this week or that week, or yes, I need this or I need that. And I'm like, sweet. Well, let's get these ducks in a row, because the reality of it is a lot of people will tell you, I want to make a lot of money. Or a lot of people will tell you, like, I'm sick, or I'm tired of my job, or I'm not feeling good, or whatever, right? And you immediately, a light bulb goes off. And if you're new in this, maybe the light bulb doesn't go off as fast as it does for me, but you will over time. Like, okay, cool. You know, once you've got all of that in check, then it makes this so much easier, because how many of us come into this business and, you know, we start working on our social media side, we're doing our posts, we're doing what Thomas is talking about, but then we're having all these like fights with our spouses and our nay haters and the people that don't understand what we're doing behind the closed doors. And you're trying to keep the fort up, right? You're trying to keep the walls up. And you're trying to keep going for your bigger mission, but you don't have the support. Or you're like me, and you know, sometimes like health is an issue for me. I'm like on track, and then I'm like, ooh, chocolate, squirrel, gone. Off track, right? So once you have all that stuff in place, you are literally building the foundation for life. So I always tell people, this is not a race at all. This is a lifelong journey. I still am learning. I learn every day from some of the people in this room, to some of my leaders, to some of my people who just started, the newbies in the boat, right? You are continually learning. And that's the beauty of this. That is what people want. People want personal development, and they want to learn, and they want to grow all the time. What happens for everyone who's working a job right now? And what are a lot of you guys thinking, right? You're bored. you're bored out of your mind. You've been doing this job for 25 years, some of you, and it's boring. So what do you want? You want something that's going to like inspire you and thrill you and push you and grow and help you grow. So it is a journey, guys. So enjoy it.
And it's been one hellacious journey from the day you were born to where you are now. The things you have learned to get you where you are now. You know, so now you're wanting something different. You're wanting something to shake up life just a little bit. Are you feeling something more within your guidance system to say, you know, I'm capped where I'm at. I can't go anywhere else within this organization. You know, I'm tiered out. So what else can I do? So that's where we come in and we can show other people that there is new ways. That is not the normal way of life. You know, this is something new. Yes. Gary Vee said it back in 2009 or 2010. The social media is at the early forefront. Then guess what? He did another interview at the early of 2019, and he said, guess what? Social media is still at the early forefront. Not everybody is understanding or how it all works and operates, but yet it's steadily moving and evolving on a day-to-day basis, shifting people's lives, going from, you know, what we have this in the last 3 years, we had 240 people within our organization be able to walk away and do this online world full-time like we are. We've had over 1,200 people that are working their jobs and making extra income with the same platform that we're utilizing right here, showing people how they can do something different, and it grows every single day. Why? Because we see it. We're in the forefront. We're the leaders of that are putting out the information and how people can do it. And then guess what? They're contacting. We're putting them in the correct direction of where they need to go. And then we walk you through and guide you through the whole system. And then, wow, it opens up a whole new world that you have only wished you had. Now we're showing people how to take those dreams and turn them into realities. All because we started right here and right here within ourselves. And then we got better in tune with education of surrounding ourselves with people who are like-minded, not the people, you know, okay, you get off of work and, hey, what you got going on? Oh, hey, we're going to barbecue over here. Oh, we're going to watch a football game over here. What was I doing? I was going to a library, or I was going somewhere to a meeting to surround myself with people of like mind like this so I could move myself into a different direction. But you know what? That didn't happen until I turned 43 years of age. I finally said enough is enough, and I'm not getting anywhere in life. I was doing great, yes, but I truly wasn't advancing of what I thought I could bring out. So yet when I met Jen and when I met this community right here, it brought out so much more in me and the people that I've been able to touch and affect within the last 3 years, and to get myself into a whole different life, you know, of no stress, of no worries and no anxiety, and know that my social media networking that I was doing before, not even on this, it was the old way. I was a telephone guy. I would shoot an email here and there. That's about all I knew. Did I know this? No. But yet I shifted my life within the last 5 years, and majorly within the last 3, to be able to get what I need within life and to move myself as an entrepreneur throughout this life. All right, we're going to open it up to the platform one more time. If anybody's got anything in here they want to bring out before we pass it on to Miss Shannon. This is an awesome day. I have quite a few meetings I need to get on after this, so go ahead, unmute. Julio, you got something? You can speak now.
I just, I got cut off earlier. Every time I drive into my lower level in the basement area, lower level garage, the signal just cuts out entirely. No, but I just what I was saying earlier, you know, putting, you know, what you're speaking about, just in reference to social media in general, what we're actually doing, the building relationship aspect. You know, it's opening up the doors for communication. It's opening up the doors for so much more, you know, than what I even thought were possible, what I even realized, you know, see me, I'm always, I've always been a people person, is how I understand how I operate. I understand my I guess you could say my strong suits, you know, and it's a passion of mine to help people. I'm an engineer now, but before this, I was a social worker for almost 8 years. I've been involved in, you know, this is not the I show, but I'm just saying, like, the way that I function, you know, I've been in ministry for, you know, for X amount of years. Since I was 18 years old, I'm 36 now. I was a youth leader for X amount of years. You know, I've always, you know, I've been a part of a number of outreach, you know, programs throughout the city of Chicago and whatnot. So I love this aspect. Building relationships with people is a beautiful thing. If you can do that, if it's something that you're passionate about, you know, it's obviously, you know, it's something that I'm passionate about. So I long for it. I look for it. You know, this aspect of getting on here and coming to a morning Zoom or just communicating with people in general, it is something that makes me tick. You know, I love to help people and give of myself, you know, I feel like we always have to continuously be evolving and growing. You know, I believe that one of the reasons why we were created, one of the many purposes why we were put here on Mother Earth is to have relationship. Thomas, Jen, Scott, Shannon, you know, Ryan's not here this morning. I mean, you know, Vanita, there's so many people on here this morning that are, you know, I wouldn't even have the opportunity to meet you guys. Thomas, we wouldn't be, you know, Thomas, you're my mentor, but outside of that, we're friends. I can honestly say you're my buddy and I'm your buddy. You know, we know what to go to each other towards and what not to, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, we're building these relationships, and I would never have these relationships had I not, you know, done exactly what Jen was talking about earlier. Had I not done exactly what you're talking about and just poking around and what are you here for? And I not say, you know, engaging with, because we're all looking for something more, you know, engaging with an audience, engaging with people, you know, finding out what's going on. The world right now, and I say the world in its entirety, you know, people are longing for a sense of belonging, you know, point proven. Gangs wouldn't be as big as they are. Gangs in inner cities would not be as big as they are if people weren't looking for a longing, for a belonging. You know, people are always looking. Hey, people are always looking for that. They're looking for relationship. They're looking to belong to something, to be a part of something. You know, because people feel alone. They feel alone in this thing. They don't have hope. You know, and it's not everybody's like that. But there's times where I feel like we're living in a hopeless world where people are longing for these relationships, and sometimes they often look for it in the wrong places. You know, where you're a part of something, but what is the vision? What is the goal? What is the intention behind the group, behind, you know, whatever that is. So people are always looking for that, you know, so to be able to gravitate them towards positivity, to be able to gravitate them towards you know, abundance in more ways than one, to take them and say, hey, here's my hand. Let me show you how I've changed myself. Let me show you how the last 6 months, how the last 2 years, how the last 3 years, 5 years, whatever the case may be for anybody on here, let me show you how I've transitioned my life. Let me show you how I've gained some ground, you know, how I've gained momentum. You know, was it perfect? No. Was it pretty? Hell no, because there's times where you got to swing through some crap. You know, it's going to look ugly at times. But in relationship building, you know, we're freeing each other in that. We're showing people that there's more out there. There is more to life than what we know it, you know, than what the average individual consists of. You know, I've met so many people in the last 6 months where they just feel like, you know, you see it on them. It's almost like they have this concept like they were just made to eat, sleep, and it's kind of like, no, you don't have to receive life from that perspective. You don't have to, oh, I'm just going to work this job for 25 years, 35 years, 40 years, whatever, and I'm going to retire, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to, you know, or I'm just going to be working at Walmart for the rest of my life. No offense, Shannon. You know, you stepped out, so good luck for you, girl. You know, more power to you. You know, but it's just, you know, it's up to the individual, you know, to connect and build a relationship and being able to bring people and show them that there's more. You know, that is a beautiful thing. The relationship building that we're doing on here, the connecting with people across the globe, giving them a sense of hope, giving them a sense of encouragement, giving them a sense of pride within themselves, showing them that they have value within themselves, showing them that they're, you know, they are important. If they were never ever told I love you, if they were never ever told that they had some value, some, you know, some to them, you know, like you are special. You, the individual watching this, whether on YouTube, you're watching, you know, or you're sitting on here on you know, in the room in itself, you're special. You're special because of who you are. You have something to offer somebody. Your story is going to change somebody's life. Your situation is going to encourage somebody else. How you got out of that hole, out of that state of depression, how you got out of whatever you came out of. Somebody needs to hear that story. And we only get to the point of doing all these things by building relationships with people, by poking at them, by saying, hey, why did you request me? on Facebook, or why did you poke at me? Or whatever, or engaging with somebody that has nothing to do with social media. Okay, well, it's the same aspect in your daily encounters with people. If you greet them with a smile, greeting them with, I like to mess with Thomas and tell him he has this aura around him, but there's times he does. I've seen it. So, but if you impact, you smiling at a person and you having a great attitude about life and pizzazz to yourself and who you are, you showing that to the world, that is special right there. You showing somebody your smile, the fact that you care, the fact that you have compassion, the fact that you love. There's too many individuals out there that think that there's not individuals like you and me. They think nobody cares. They think nobody can give a rat's, about them. They think that people can care less. Is that the reality? No. Is there a mass out there that are selfish, that view life from a negative perspective, a glass half empty versus a glass half full perspective? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. There are a lot of people out there, but there's good-hearted people out there. There's people out there that want to change, that want to transition, that want to grow, that want to see you become the best version of yourself, though. And we only get to that point through building relationships. I can honestly say that I know this man, Thomas Warden. I could say that do I know everything about him? No. I'm learning stuff about him as he shares, as I'm building a relationship with him. Two people getting married. This person's lived their life 24, 25 years, 30 years, this person, whatever. That's not easy, but they have the lifelong journey of getting to know each other. Why? Because they're going to build a relationship. I'm happy to be married to all of you all this morning. Yeah. That's how I look at it. I'm building a relationship with each and every person. You don't know me. You're not my friend. Hey, poke at me. Request me on Facebook. Say, hey, Julio, I saw you on Zoom, blah, blah, blah. Just wanted to say what's up to you. Just wanted to connect with you. I like your voice. I like the positive messages that you're putting out, whatever the case is. Build relationships with people. If you don't get any message this morning, let that be the message you receive. Build relationships. In that, you'll find your purpose.
Amen. Woo, power right there. Go ahead, Jen. I knew you had to follow up on that one.
Yep, of course. I had to, can't keep quiet. Should go back to the dentist. So yeah, really quick here. Like what Julio said about building relationships is super key. And I'm going to say this really quick. Okay. So before I moved to Kelowna, cause after everything, shit hit the fan and everything fell apart for me, which is whatever, life is the way it is. I decided I want to be around people, like-minded people who are going to help me grow. That was my mission. That's why I moved out here. And prior to that, I remember hanging out with Caitlin and Jang are together. So those of you guys who don't know that, yeah, that's a thing. But I remember being like, hey, Caitlin's like, oh, you want to come hang out with us at Jang's house? And I was like, yes. And Gordon and I went to Jang's house and I literally sat there like a sponge and listened to what he said. Right. And I went there, I think it was like we were there for a couple hours. And I was like, oh, I really loved having that conversation with Jang and just being able to just one-on-one, right? Well, there was 4 of us, but one-on-one, right? It was amazing. So what I challenge everybody to do, and this is what I've done since day one. This is April 23rd. I'm 3 years in this business. Day one, this is what I did. I challenge everybody to do this, okay? Whether you're like Thomas, I know Thomas has got to get off here. He's got meetings, right? Similar to me. I got a bunch of meetings today too, right? Time is scarce. Some people are at their job, right? That's cool. If you dedicate time and you're like, hey, look, I will give you a 10 or 15 minutes of my time. We can have a quick chit chat. And that's the way I always do it. Sometimes if the conversation's really good, I'll go longer. Sometimes I got stuff to do and I can't, right? But 10 to 15 minutes, have a quick conversation with people. Do this daily. Do it daily. As soon as you start, like if you're new into this and obviously, you're just starting out, as soon as you get that first person that messages you or whatever, because it's going to, trust me, it's going to spiral. Just be like, look, I'll give you 10, 15 minutes of my time and have a chit chat and ask them what they're looking for. Don't let them ask you. I literally had no idea what I was doing when I first started. I was like, I knew that I got into this system. I saw a post on Facebook and that was pretty much it. And that's what everybody is in, right? The system speaks for itself. The system does all the work for you. You have a chit chat with them, see what they're lacking in their life, see what they want more of, see what they do for their job, and just have a little conversation, rapport building. And it's like what I tell every single person on the phone. This is a chance for us to see if we're going to work together cool in a partnership. You know, maybe I'll find that they might resonate with Thomas or Julio or Shannon or somebody else, but have that break and rapport with them, because at the end of the day, what are we doing? We're a people business. So if you start with one, next thing you know, you have 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a webinar is just like an information of what we do. Whether they watch it or not, and they need more information, guide them to the webinar. If not, just be like, cool. Well, you're not going to learn anything until you take the chance like I did and actually devote some time to doing this. So if you're serious about this, devote some time to doing it. But I can assure you that it's worked for me for 3 years, and the people contact is what you really want. So don't forget that. We're in the people business. Allow yourself to connect.
You got to look at it as this way, guys. Most everybody don't understand the social media. It is a new different era and a new different way of going on. Most people are used to the brick and mortar aspect in their mindset. When you build a brick and mortar, are people flooding in that door to come on in and buy all your products immediately at one time? Not at all. It takes time for people to know where you're at. It takes advertising through billboards, magazines, newspapers, radio stations, things like that, for you to get the attraction of just your 100 to 200,000 people you have within your community you live within. With this in the social media game that we have right here, this platform, this networking that we do, those are people that you have met all over the world that like your stuff. Hey, I like what he's, sending out there. I like those products. I want to have more staplers within my life. So, he's selling staplers. So what do? We make sure we put our products in the right areas so people can know that are looking for the staplers. They'll be able to go straight to that stapler. And hey, he's got a post up. Boom, hey. So we're just putting our products and our services out there on a social media game. Same thing with the newspapers, billboards, magazines, as a brick and mortar. We're building a community. You're building a rapport. You're building people who are trusting you and understand what you have. And then the products and services that you offer is something that they're looking for. So then we can guide them in the right areas once we do that communication part first. Then we can guide that person to, oh, you're into healthcare products. Oh, well, I'm not into that part right there. I don't have the healthcare or whatever. Then, hey, let me move you over here and chat with such and such. I know they've got some good stuff that they've been working with, and it's helped them lose some weight and this, that, and the other. Me, we said it earlier, I'm a toothpick, so I don't advertise the weight loss stuff. Shannon has been working on stuff for weight loss, and so has Jen and a few other people. So what do? They have things and tips and tricks that they can show you and guide you to. Me, I work on an educational platform and a mindset and a life coaching on how to get in a balance in all different areas of life. But when it comes to the physical main side, that's when I'll direct you to other people. We put you in contact with the right people. So when you network with people, then now we know what's going on in the communication and bond that we have with each other. Now, hey, go chat with such and such. They've got this going on and it's working well for them. Go see how it could work for you. And then we just keep it evolving and keep helping and assisting each other all over the world, because we have it everywhere from Australia, Hong Kong, UK, New Zealand, Canada, and all over the U.S. and here just this morning. So we're networkers from all over the world coming together to show you different things that we do on a day-to-day basis that has improved us and helped and assisted us. And the best thing that we did is we got in contact with each one of these people, and we found out what they could bring to the table of how they could assist me, how they could guide me into a better direction, because each one of them has a little bit of something that they're doing in their life and their journeys that they have been on and their trials and tribulations that they have been through and come out of. So now what are they doing? They're helping other people. They're guiding and assisting other people to make sure that you don't have to stay down in that darkness anymore. So keep creating, keep having fun within life. All right, we're going to pass this on to Miss Shannon right quick. She's going to wrap us up with some affirmations. So those that are not driving, take a deep breath. Get ready to receive the power words that she's going to give us this morning. Receive them into your heart, into your life, and then let's roll out with this on Have an Awesome Day. Go ahead, Miss Shannon.
Good morning, everybody. I align myself today with pure, fun, positive energy. I release all resistance of the past and move into the present moment. Today, I focus on what makes me feel good. I practice the path of least resistance. I maintain alignment with my source energy. I am a vibrational match to all I desire. I now breathe and move into my natural well-being. I go with the flow and feel my connection to the stream of life. Life is good for me just the way I intended. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you. That was good.
And
Thomas, you're muted.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, everybody that's come out. It's another awesome day. We love and appreciate y'all, and keep rocking out the good awesomeness.